Hey guys, Josh from Revive.
What's up? Jerry Smith.
Jerry, Optimize You, Revive.
That's my real name, not a witness protection name.
It's
just
not.
saying.
He really is.
It's me.
Jerry Smith.
It's on my shirt. Has to be real.
Has to be real. So guys, hey, sorry it's been so long since we made a video, but we're going to get back on track every week. Today, we're going to do a drug that, it's weird because about 4 different people have asked us about this in the last month. So we really want to talk to people about it and let them know what it is. It's Modafinil. The other name for Modafinil is?
Provigil. There's another one, Nuvigil, but we're talking about Provigil.
Provigil. It's used a lot. Some people call it a nootropic, which it technically isn't because it's a stimulant.
Right.
But a lot of people call it a nootropic, which is kind of like a brain enhancer, is what it's used for on the streets. It's not what we're going to talk about today, but we will kind of talk about the benefits that you kind of see from that. So what is it usually used for?
Well, you typically see it prescribed for narcolepsy or shift workers that are sleeping in the daytime or the nighttime, depending on their shift.
Yeah.
You also see it off-label for ADHD.
ADHD, sleep apnea, people not sleeping well and having a hard time during the day. Shift workers, a big one. Swing shift people who have a hard time but are working on a lot of those machinery that needs a lot of focus. So that's one of those things that it does. So basically, it's a what? It's a wakefulness drug, right?
Yeah, it's a stimulant. It keeps you going, it keeps you alert, keeps your memory higher. Supposedly you can focus better.
Yeah.
It ups your dopamine, which directly plays into learning and focus.
Yeah, so how does it help your dopamine? Really don't know.
It's really unknown. That's the scary part a little bit too. Like, how does it work? Nobody knows.
Yeah, they really aren't aware. Something to kind of compare it to, Adderall, right?
Yeah, Adderall's an amphetamine, but same sensation likely you get from it, same kind of mood euphoria, some kind of alert focus.
Yeah, a big word that I want him to say, amphetamine. So Modafinil and Adderall, the huge big difference.
Not an amphetamine.
Yeah, one is not an amphetamine, but they are both stimulants.
It is controlled.
It is a controlled drug. So if you're taking it and you do not have a prescription for it, you can get in a lot of trouble.
Oh
so
man, don't do that stuff. We've talked about that.
We can help you here if you need it. So again, shift workers, narcolepsy, people who are having a lot of hard time sleeping. What is this going to do for them?
Well, they're just more awake, more alert. I mean, I think they can focus on tasks at hand, probably drive safer, operate machinery or equipment safer. I mean, I don't want people driving down the road with me and my kids falling asleep.
Yeah.
Or me falling asleep.
Yeah. I don't want a doctor who's been working 24 hours in the emergency room, then has to go perform surgery. Those are the types of things. It'll help them be more awake. It'll help that shift worker or that cop who's doing swing shift, who needs to go back and forth from shift. We want that cop being able to protect us. So those are the types of things it's going to do. It's going to help your mindfulness, your wakefulness. It's going to help you focus better. So if you're having to, what some people do on the nootropic side, if they're trying to study more, it kind of helps with that sort of thing. It's not what we're going to give it for, but those are the types of things that it can do. Side effects. What are things to kind of look for when someone's on the therapy?
Could be some elevated anxiety, certainly blood pressure, heart rate could be up. You could have just jittery side effects. I have heard about if you're on birth control and you take it, it could lessen the effectiveness of birth control.
Up to a month after. It's very important because if you don't want to have kids, you're on birth control, you're taking Modafinil. Up until a month after you stop Modafinil is when that kind of resides.
Right.
So be careful, women, if you're on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Other things, you probably shouldn't drink alcohol in excess while you're on it, things like that.
Yeah. So you start talking about a little bit about it is a stimulant. So any cardiovascular issues that come from stimulants could come from Modafinil.
Or stacking with other stimulants like caffeine or other things.
Your Mountain Dew, your Coke.
I love Mountain Dew.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
That's my Coke Zero Cherry.
Coke Zero Cherry, that's mine. A couple other things, skin, mouth sores, fevers. Those are all very rare things, but they can happen. Basically, any allergic reaction to any drug that you've never had before is a potential.
Certainly. Yeah, rashes and whatnot.
One serious one, it is a rash.
Stephen Johnson syndrome.
Stephen Johnson syndrome, that's it.
Listen, if you have Stephen Johnson syndrome, stop watching this podcast or whatever this video is and go to the ER right now because that's bad.
Yeah.
You're not. I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't happen, but it can happen from Modafinil. It's very, very rare, but it can
kill
happen.
you.
So not something we want to do. Dosing, 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of work around that.
Yeah, the 200 seems to be the relative norm. 100 is not unreasonable to start with.
This is not medical advice, by the way. If you want to, if this is something that interests you, come check us out, and we'll be able to look for you. It's a good supplement. It's a good supplement to someone who needs. It's a good medication. You're someone who needs help during the day because they're not sleeping good, they have shift work. It can really help someone, but it can be abused. It's not addictive.
That we know of, no.
Yep. As far as we know, Adderall can be addictive. As far as we know, there has been studies out there that show it's not physically addictive. Mentally addictive is a different story.
Yeah, the dopamine part was like the pleasure center. You
Yep.
know, people that watch a lot of pornography or eat a lot of chocolate or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's not addictive. I'll say that.
So far, studies are showing it's not, and studies are showing that it's not. You can't get used to it so far. Some people say they do get used to it, but the studies right now are showing that you can't. But
certainly not like an amphetamine where there's a pretty quick tolerance.
Pretty quick
Not
tolerance.
even close.
Yeah. So this is very basic information on modafinil, but I hope you guys learned something. If you do have questions about it, come check us out. Make an appointment with Jerry, and he can kind of help you out and get you on the right track. I'm Josh.
Jerry.
Jerry. Let people know. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. Revive and optimize you. Bye.